Hey golfers, it's Dave from Fit2 Golf. Today I'm doing a review of the latest fairway wood from the Golfworks, the Maltby KE4 Tour TC. Let's get started. So I have to start with when I first took this out of the shipping box, I loved it. I thought the look was really nice. If you look down it from the crown, you can see that the top edge along the face has kind of a semi-gloss finish. It stands out against the rest of the club, which is a really nice, durable, kind of a matte black. If you compare the crown, the shape of the crown looking down at it to the KE4 STFD and the KE4 STF, you can see that it's slightly more pear-shaped, extends out beyond the toe a little bit. From face on, this is kind of a medium height face, so I think it would be really versatile, either from the tee or the fairway. Again, in comparison to earlier models, the STFD and the STF, you can see that this sits kind of right in the middle in terms of the height of the face. And then when you turn the club over, it has a really nice look. The white accents really pop. They kind of follow with the white accents from the TC Hybrid line. The number of the club, this is a 4-wood, is painted on the side, and that's, I think, a kind of a nice modern design. I like the way that looks. And there's a torque screw for swing weighting. The older KE4 screws will fit this weight port. Now, in terms of the specifications, this is advertised as 16-degree 4-wood. I measured mine at 16.4 degrees, which is excellent. It's advertised at 215 grams. Mine came in at 214, so within 1. I cut this to length at 43 inches, and it's swing weighted at D3. I installed a Excalibur fairway wood shaft, regular flex. This is a 74-gram shaft. I tip trimmed it 1 inch. That got me to a CPM right between regular and stiff. And I equipped it with a Golf Pride grip. Now I'll put up some swings here of my first attempt at gathering data with this club, and I have to say I went from loving it to hating it. When I sold the club, I would think I had it square, but the face would be shut, and I was pulling or pull drawing every shot. I finally figured out enough so that I could hit it straight or with a draw, but still was not confident how I was hitting it, and the performance wasn't great. I was only getting 200 yards a carry. So I set it aside for a couple of days. I thought more about it, played around a little bit to see if I could figure out how to, line that face, square it up, and I took it to the course. And the first shot off a tee on a short par 4, I pulled into the woods. Now there was no one behind me, so I just stayed there for a little bit and tried to figure out what was kind of jazzing me up. And I really think it's the pear shape combined with that front edge that when I set the club down, it initially looks square, but it's really closed. So I found that if I just kind of twisted it and really focused on making sure it was square, then I could hit it flush, and I started to perform really well with this club. On the course, I hit it off the tee, I hit it off of the fairway, and it had a really nice feel, nice sound. It was going straight and with a nice piercing ball flight. So back to the range I went to collect some more data, and I'll put up those swings here and talk about the sound and feel. This has a really great sound, one of the best sounding fairway woods I think I've hit. It doesn't sound tinny, has a nice solid sound to it. Feels really good. I didn't notice any distance loss in mishits, although as you'll see in a minute from the numbers, I was striking it pretty well in the center. Nice ball flight, high but not overly high, piercing, really exactly what I'd be looking for in the flight of a fairway wood. So in terms of the numbers, now I was getting much better numbers. I was getting 206 carry, swinging at just under 91 miles an hour. I was having a good time of hitting the center of the face with that smash factor. Nice launch at around 16, almost 17 degrees, and spinning in the low 3000s. And that's about what I'd want to see from a fairway wood. So in summary, I went from loving it to hating it to really liking it. In terms of pros, this is a good performer. 206 is a good number for me. It's not great. I can still get more carry out of my 18-degree 5-wood, but I think that's just partially me, that I like that shallower face. I find that to suit my swing a little bit better. And the looks are also a real pro. This is a really nice looking club. It really has a nice modern design, and I like that pear-shaped head once I figure out how to square it up. In terms of the cons, they're relatively minor, but they are there. I did struggle to figure out how to square up this face, but eventually I got it. I'll also say that I think the performance, while is a strength, is also a con because it didn't outperform a club with more loft in my bag. And then another slight con is the price. It's $10 more than the KE STF, but you know, really I think with the technology involved here and the modernized design, I think that's well worth it. So when you factor in those minor cons and the fact that I ended up really liking it, this gets a really solid rating of birdie from me. Almost got to eagle, but those few cons just kind of edged it out. Still, I highly recommend it. Check it out. This is a club that I'll be carrying if I want to only carry one fairway wood and maybe a couple extra wedges, or in my Sunday bag where I only have half my clubs. So I'll be playing more with this. So post your comments below. I'm particularly interested if you've tried this club and you had difficulty kind of squaring the face up at address. Maybe that's just me. And let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel and stay positive.